Howdy and welcome back to another video on That Random Garage. Today we are going to be taking a look at how to, rip would be the right term. DVDs, Blu-rays could be done the same way if you have access to a Blu-ray drive. At this time I do not. So I've grabbed one of my DVDs here and I'm going to show you where, or at least the software that I use. It's free, you don't have to pay for anything, and kind of just how I name the files and where you can go to get the information you may be looking for, because I'm ripping them and then I'm dumping them onto my Plex media server rather than having to dig out DVDs constantly and go through bins of them. So let's go ahead and let's get on with it. So for those wondering what I use to rip DVDs as well as Blu-rays, I just use Handbrake. It's a free tool, handbrake.fr. By default, it seems to be pretty good at recognizing what operating system you're using. If the operating system you're using it on is not the one that it's showing here, you just go over to downloads and you can do Windows, Linux, Mac OS. You can compile it and build it from the source code if that's your thing. And then as for getting information like metadata and all that information, I just go to imdb.com. So for the example, for the movie that I'm going to be using, I have Taken 2. And it's right there. Taken 2 gives me the year, which is really, for the most part, all I really need. And from there, I'll just fire up Handbrake. I'm going to select my device, get disk out, insert it into my drive. Once it loads up, you'll see it's scanning title, whatever. Now it's doing the previews. Alright, we got the movie selected. This is where you can change the format. So right here you can tell it's going to be standard definition 480. So you can come select what you'd like to use. So 480 right there. I typically just leave this alone because I have no need to mess with it. This is about the only spot that I'll mess with anything, is I'll usually adjust that to slow, just that way it'll encode and do its thing a little bit slower. The slower you go, the less likely you are to kind of run into any issues with the video file itself afterwards. Leave the audio alone. It's pulled all the chapters and the markers from the video, like right from the disc itself. This is where you can put in some of the metadata if you wish. So you can go Taken 2002. Release date was 2012. You don't have to do the tags if you don't want to. I typically try to because it just makes it a little bit easier and quicker for Plex to identify exactly what that is and pull the remaining metadata and all the information on the actors and display all that information. Now you do have a queue here. I'm going to clear that out. And then at this point, just go down here. You can change where it saves. So I'm just going to click here. And just save it in that folder. Down here you can see Taken 2. I'll put in brackets 2012. And then all you have to do at this point is just go ahead, hit start. And it's going to do one of two passes. It's going to scan for all the subtitle information. So this can go a lot quicker or slower depending on what you set this to. But I want to make sure that it rips. It's going to be as good as it's going to be. I just also don't feel like waiting for literal hours for it to actually encode and do all this fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording until it's almost done past 1, and then we'll take a look at past 2. Well, now we're almost done encoding past 1 of 2 for the subtitles. Now it's actually creating and encoding the video and making the file. So if you were to go down to your file explorer and wherever you're storing it, you can see it's now created a video file here. And this is saying it'll take about 10-ish minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video just to save you from sitting through the 10 minutes, because there's no need, nothing actually happens on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and pause that until we get closer to the end of finishing. Okay, so now that the encoding is done, we have our final file. You know, DVDs usually aren't that big, so really all you have to do is go ahead, test your video file to make sure that you're happy with it and that it's good. You have audio, you have good video. I'm not going to do that in this video just because that's honestly just a really good way to get a copyright strike against my channel, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. But it's just that simple. Now you can easily burn that file. I'm not covering that in this video tutorial or anything like that, and I'm probably not going to, because it's really just a waste of a DVD. I might consider it, but it won't be in this video, that's for sure. It might be in a future video. So I hope that helped you turn your DVD into a digital file. Well, I hope this video has helped at least one of you start getting your DVD collection / Blu-ray collection ripped and turned into a digital file. The format that you want to use is 100% up to you. I find that the Plex Media server seems to work really well with MKV video files. So that's what I've been using to when I rip mine. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as well as the bell notification button, and stay tuned for the next one.